Hello everyone. This is one of the most important videos you'll see today. The conflict between Iran and Israel has reached a critical level in recent weeks. For the first time in history, these two countries are in open war. The attacks have already left hundreds dead ... double quotes and threatened the entire region. But how did this war start? What are the real reasons behind it? In this video, we'll reveal all the details the media is showing. From the historical causes to the latest explosions in real time, you'll understand why this conflict could even affect your wallet. Stay till the end because we have exclusive information. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any details. 1. Historical context. Roots of the rivalry. The Iran-Israel conflict didn't begin in 2025. Its core stems from the 1979 Islamic Revolution, when Iran's new regime adopted death to Israel as state policy. Throughout the 1980s, Iran created Hezbollah in Lebanon to pressure Israel by proxy. Israel viewed Iran's nuclear program as an existential threat, especially after President Ahmadinejad's statements about wiping Israel off the map. For years, Israel sabotaged nuclear facilities like Natanz in 2010 and assassinated scientists like Mohsen Fakhrizadeh in 2020. The 2015 nuclear deal brought truce, but the U.S. withdrawal in 2018 reignited tensions. Now, with Iran months away from nuclear weapons capability, Israel acts preemptively? This is the untold background mainstream media ignores. 2. The trigger. June 2025. The breaking point. On June 13, 2025, Iran launched its boldest direct attack in history, a barrage of 320 missiles and drones targeting Israeli military bases in the Negev. The pretext: revenge for the killing of General Qasem Soleimani, to political heir to the Quds Force leader assassinated in 2020. But the real motives were demonstrating military capability after years of sanctions, forcing the U.S. back to nuclear negotiations, consolidating the axis of resistance against Arab allies. Israel, shocked by the attack scale, declared total war. Within hours, Israeli airstrikes hit Isfahan and Fordo, nuclear sites protected by underground bunkers. This response changed everything. 3. Iran strategy miscalculations. Tehran underestimated two critical factors: Israeli intelligence and national unity. Mossad sources reveal they knew about the attack 72 hours in advance, allowing strategic evacuations. Iran also ignored that during existential crises, Israelis set aside political divisions as seen in the Yom Kippur War. Their original plan was to provoke Israel without massive casualties to avoid extreme retaliation, strengthen the IRGC's domestic power, exploit divisions in Israel's governing coalition. It failed on all fronts. Israel's response was so severe that Supreme Leader Khamenei appeared on state TV calling for holy war, a sign of desperation. 4. Israel's response. Begin Doctrine 2.0. Israel implemented an updated Begin Doctrine, preemptive strikes against existential threats, like a Syriac 1981. This time targeting uranium enrichment plants at Natanz, 90% destroyed. IRGC command centers in Tabriz, Shahab 3 missile launch infrastructure. Data from the Institute for Science and International Security shows Iran lost 40% of its nuclear capability, a 5-year setback. But consequences emerged. Oil prices surged 18% in 48 hours, and China threatened asymmetric measures if Israel strikes Iran again. Now the ball in the UN Security Court's court, with limited power. 5. The U.S. role. Between support and restraint, the Trump administration adopted an ambiguous stance, while deploying the U.S.S. Gerald Ford to the Persian Gulf as show of force. It avoided publicly endorsing further Israeli strikes. Leaked Pentagon documents reveal internal divisions. The defense secretary pushed for limited intervention, while the NSC advocated restraint to avoid inflaming oil prices before elections. The masterstroke was secretly authorizing Arrow 3 missile transfers to replenish Israel's stockpiles without media fanfare. Simultaneously, U.S. diplomats worked through Qatar and Oman to establish backchannels with Tehran, proving that even at war, realpolitik prevails. This quiet support strategy strengthens Israel without triggering unwanted global escalation. 6. Regional reactions. Arab silence speaks volumes. The most surprising response came from Saudi Arabia. While formally condemning violence on both sides, it authorized Israeli commercial flights to use its airspace, a clear signal that the Iranian threat outweighs old rivalries. Turkey, meanwhile, exploited the crisis. Erdogan offered mediation while secretly selling Bayraktar drones to Iran. Egypt mobilized troops in Sinai as precaution against potential refugee flows. The biggest losers, Palestinians, whose cause vanished from the international agenda, showing how regional conflicts get reshaped when nuclear powers clash directly. 7. Global impact. Supply chain. Earthquake. Markets reacted with panic. Beyond oil, wheat prices surged 22% to potential closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Airlines indefinitely canceled flights to Tel Aviv, Dubai, and Baghdad. European governments accelerated plans to reduce Middle East energy dependence, with Germany reopening nuclear power debates. Global shipping costs soared 170% after attacks on Gulf of Oman vessels, an impact consumers will feel within 3 to 6 months. This crisis exposed the fragility of post-pandemic supply chains. 8. Future scenarios. 3 paths forward. Atlantic Council analysts project 3 trajectories. Arms status quo, 70% likelihood. Low-intensity conflict with sporadic attacks, while U.S. and China negotiate a Russian nuclear deal. Total escalation 20%. Hezbollah enters with precision missiles against Haifa, forcing direct U.S. intervention and potential Iranian naval blockade. Internal revolution 10%. Collapse of Iran's regime. From economic crisis, with IRGC losing control of key provinces, the most dangerous scenario. An accidental strike on nuclear facilities, which would contaminate the entire Persian Gulf for decades. The ball is in the global powers' court, but time is running out. Before we wrap up, let me highlight 3 crucial takeaways from today's analysis. First, the Iran-Israel conflict isn't just another Middle Eastern war, it's a global geopolitical game-changer. Second, decisions made in the coming weeks will impact everything from gas prices to your digital security. And third, no mainstream media outlet is uncovering all layers of this conflict like we do here. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below telling me which scenario you think is most likely: status quo, full escalation, or Iranian revolution. Tag that friend who loves geopolitics. Share this video with them. If this content helped you understand the world better, smash that like button. This tells YouTube to recommend our content to more curious minds like yours. Hit the notification bell. We drop exclusive analysis every Wednesday and Sunday that won't show up in your regular feed. And remember, comments equals more videos. The more you engage, the more in-depth content we create. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Coming soon, an exclusive breakdown of how China is profiting from this war. Video already up, link in description, and a special documentary on Israel's secret plan for Lebanon premiering Saturday at 7 p.m. Mark your calendars. Click on screen right now to watch our most controversial video. Why is Russia rooting for chaos in the Middle East? Want to go beyond YouTube? On our exclusive Patreon, you'll get interactive map reports, expert podcasts with CSIS and Chatham House analysts, and weekly applied geopolitics master classes. Link in description with 7-day free trial. Remember, understanding geopolitics isn't just about news, it's about future-proofing yourself. Here at Channel Name, we decode the world for you to make better decisions. See you in the next video. And don't forget, the world changes fast, but those who stay informed change first.